Hi friends, this is Kruti J. Pancholi, Assistant Professor in LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology in Department of Electronics and Communication. This video is about subject Analog and Digital Communication System. So in the last video, we learned about the technique PCM and the DPCM. As we know that this PCM is a pulse code modulation and the DPCM, that is the differential PCM. Now, when we want to transmit all the channels, suppose we will take the example of the television signals. Now, if the signals that we have to transmit it over the communication line, then we need to go for the one carrier system. So we can multiplex all the PCM channels and we can transmit that over the one communication channel. So for that the system that is used, it is the barrel systems, T1 carrier system. So it is developed in the year of the 1962 by the AT&T Bell Laboratories for the digital transmission of the multiplexed telephone calls using the PCM and the time division multiplexing. We also say that this system is for the 24 telephone channels and it was developed very first, and that is why it is known as the T1 transmission line, okay, T1 carrier system, in which the single transmission line, okay, the signals is transmitted on the copper wire. Now here you can see the example that how the all PCM channels that can be transmitted over the one communication channel. So you can see over here the channel number 1, channel number 2, channel number 3, channel number 4 and up to the channel number 24. Okay, so this all the channels that can be transmitted over the one communication channel. Okay, so this way the T1 carrier system that uses the time division multiplexing also. So here you can see that the number of channels that we have, that is selected. Okay, then after the coder is there. Okay, and the coder will again convert that all the signals, okay, into the digital code. Okay, and via the digital processor it is transmitted via the transmission medium. Now at the other end there is a other digital processor. Will now reconstruct all the signals and will decode it, and again that particular signal that is received. Now the signal is passing through the transmission medium. So transmission medium that consists of the variety of the noise. So at the receiving end we should have the low pass filter, and that low pass filter will filter out the noise and we can have all the channel output that at the another end. So multiplexing of the channels as well as we can have all the signals, okay, at the another end. So this is about the T1 carrier time using the time division multiplexing. Now the comparison of the T carrier in the North America and the E carrier that is in the Europe. Carrier level, 0 level. So at the 0 level, this T1 carrier data rate is 64 kilobits per second, which is referred to as a DS0. And the E carrier data rate, it's a 64 kilobits per second. Similarly, that is the first level, second level, third level, fourth level and the fifth level. According to the different levels, okay, the data rates that can be also changed, okay, for the T carrier as well as the E carrier. The number of channels supported in that particular transmission that can be also reduced. Okay, so here you can see that in the first level the data rate for the T carrier, it is the 1.544 megabits per second. Okay, for the E carrier it is 2.048 megabits per second. For the second level it is the 6.312 megabits per second, and for the e-carrier it is the 8.448 megabits per second, and the channel supported by them, that is the 128 channel. So similarly you can see over here that how the data rate and for the T-carrier and the E-carrier, that is there. So it is about the T1 carrier system. Now about the next strategy for transmission of all the system, that is what? So we have studied about the PCM. So in the PCM you have seen that how the sampled output, quantized output, and we can have the digital code for the particular sample. In the DPCM we know that what we have taken the difference between the two neighbor samples or the adjacent samples, and the difference between the two samples that we have transmitted. Now the next category is the adaptive differential PCM. This is the efficient technique than the DPCM. Again, it is what? It is the further step, the next step of the DPCM for improving the efficiency of the system. So here we can improve the efficiency, that is by putting the adaptive quantizer with the existing technique. Okay, so in this we will vary the value of the data. So it is the adaptive differential PCM. So it is the next step after the DPCM. Over here the number of the quantization levels that are fixed, step size that is not fixed, okay, and this step size value that is increasing or decreasing according to the reducing the quantization error. By using this technique we can also decrease the number of the bit, and we can also improve the transmission bandwidth. So in the block diagram of ADPCM we have the adaptive quantizer. You have the number of samples, that is the MK, and here it will generate the DQK, that is the difference. Okay, so now what happened? That DQK output that is given to the nth order predictor, and this nth order predictor output that is given to that into the adder, and which will generate the difference between the original sample and the quantized output. Okay, so the quantized prediction error DQK, that is the good measure for predicting the error size. Okay, so it can be used to change the delta value, which minimizes the DQK. Now this DQK, the value which is generated, okay, this value that can be fluctuate around the large positive and the negative values, and the prediction error is large and delta that needs to increase. Now when this DQK value that fluctuates around the small values, you can consider the 0 also, then delta value that needs to be decreased. Okay, so for example 8-bit PCM sequence that can be encoded into 4-bit ADPCM sequence at the same sampling rate. Okay, so 8-bit PCM converted that into the 4-bit ADPCM, and we can say that this way the channel bandwidth that can be also reduced, and it is reduces by the 1/2 with no loss in the quality. So it is about the ADPCM. So now you can see the output in the ADPCM, okay, that how we have the precise value, okay, with our original signal. So this is the ADPCM output. So it's a good technique. The efficiency that is also good compared to the PCM and the DPCM. The use of all this technique that is in the speech coder and the decoder. Also you can say that the coder and decoder, the one name is the codec. So it is used in the speech codec ICs also. Also the personal handy phone system, PHS system, or the personal access system, that is the PAS system, this can be used. Okay. Now, the important question around it, that is the comparison of the PCM and the ADPCM. What is the comparison with the ADPCM and the PCM? Various parameters we can compare. So first is the encoded signal corresponds. In the PCM, the sampled value of the signal, and in case of the ADPCM, the difference between the present and the previous sample. Okay, bit rate required, that is in the PCM high bit rate, and in case of the ADPCM it's a low bit rate. Bandwidth requirement in the PCM it was high, in case of this it is less. Predictor, okay, in case of the PCM we were not taking any of the reference, and there is a no requirement of the predictor. In case of the ADPCM, we need the predictor, okay, for the generating the difference value. Okay, quantizing the error, that is the, in case of the PCM, you know that that is the non-uniform quantization, uniform quantization, and according to that the quantization error that is present. Okay, and you know that in case of the ADPCM, the quantization error that is comparatively less, okay, than the other system. Then the requirement of the bandwidth efficiency. So bandwidth efficiency that is less in case of the PCM, and in the ADPCM the bandwidth efficiency that is the high. Again the requirement of the bandwidth in case of the PCM that is the high, and the bandwidth requirement, okay, for the ADPCM that is less. The application of the PCM, that is the digital T1 system. Digital T1 system, okay, all the T1 PCM channels that can be transmitted, okay, using the time division multiplexing over the communication channel. And the use of the ADPCM, that is in the speech codec ICs, okay, also in case of the personal handy phone system. So it is about the comparison of the PCM and the ADPCM. So now it is about the technique, okay. In the next video we will learn about what is the delta modulation and the adaptive delta modulation. Thank you very much everyone.